Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Noor and in this video I am going to talk about how to create constructors in C# programming language. So basically the first question that will come in your mind is that what is a constructor? So in C#, a constructor is a special method in a class that gets called automatically when an object of the class is created, right? It is used to initialize the object properties of a class. Okay. Now there are different types of constructor in any class of the C#. I will move towards the development environment. No, I have created a very basic console application in Visual Studio 2022, and I am using .NET 8 for this console application. Right now, you can create the console application anywhere inside your environment. Now, let me show you the default constructor. So basically, if you don't define any constructor in your class, C# provides a default constructor automatically. This default constructor does not take any parameter. Now let me first define a class and then I will tell you how we can use the default constructor. Now let me define a public class, public class person, and let me define here a property name, one another property age. Okay. Now this class has basically two properties. Now, as you can see that I just defined here two properties and there is no constructor inside the class, but this class has a default constructor and the default constructor does not take any parameter. Now to create object of this class, let me use the default constructor person person1 sorry person1 new person. Now you can see here that I have initialized the person1 object of the person type using the default constructor. Top level streamer set. Okay, let me move this block of code here. Okay. Now here you can see that I just defined a class and then I initialize this object with your default constructor. So basically the default constructor does not take any parameter. You can see that it not taking any parameter. No, I will modify the name, and the name should be test. Sorry, I think John will be better. And let me also define here the person1 dot age is equal to 30. Okay. Now I will run this program. Basically, we are creating the object using the default constructor of the class. And then I will show you the parameterized constructor after these. Okay, you can see the object is created, the name becomes John, and after executing this line, the age will become 30. Okay. Now let me declare here one another test variable so that at least our program not terminated after the end line. Test is equal to 5. Okay, now let's run the program again. Now you can see that the person1 object created and the name becomes John, and here at this line the age is 0. If I step over, then the age will become 30. Now let's see. Now here through this way you can see that I use the default constructor, and by using the default constructor I created the object and I assign value to the name and age. Now for example, if I want to create a constructor that takes some type of parameters, now let's see. I will go inside the class. I can define here constructor like in this way, my own constructor. public person. This constructor will take basically two parameter, uh, string name int age, and I will assign the value to these properties, name, age. Okay. Now, as you can see that I created, uh, let me put here the debugger. You can see that it gives the error because there is a constructor no created inside the class, and this constructor require two parameters. Okay. Now let me pass here some default values like John, and the age should be 30. Now after this, let me remove these lines, and I will make this person 2. And here, after executing the line number 8, this constructor of the class will automatically initialize the name and age property by its parameter that is taken from the year. I am passing John as the first parameter and 30 as the second parameter. Now let me also run the program again so that we can see the output inside the console. Step over, and let's see. Now, if I mouse over the person, you can see that the age become 30 and name become John because this constructor initialize the default values to the name and age by passing from here. Now, I will put here the debugger inside the constructor so that you can get the exact flow of the program. Okay. Now, let me step over, and here you can see that the name is null and age is null, age is 0. Okay. Now I am going inside the constructor. So the constructor takes the first parameter age John and the second parameter age is 30 because I am passing from here. Now let's me step over, and here it assign the value John to the name and 30 to the age property. Right. Now the object, let's me step over. The object is created, and you can also see all the properties by using the quick watch window. You can see all the properties of the class of the class object here, right? Now we see how we can use the default constructor, and also we see how we can use the parameterized constructor. I can pass here multiple parameters to the constructor of the class according to the needs and the requirements. Now, for example, there is a case if I want to define multiple constructors inside the same class. No, it is we can I mean overload the constructor. The constructor name will be same, by the class name, but the parameters will be different. Now, let's me define here one default constructor. Default constructor public person. Now, if you have no constructor inside the class, then you can initialize the class object with a default constructor. But for example, you define at least one constructor inside the class, then you have to, I mean, add the default constructor like in this way, right? So it is the default constructor, and it is the parameterized constructor. And here, let's me define another constructor uh, with different parameters. Another constructor with different parameters. Public, sorry guys, and no, I will pass here only name, right? Okay. Now let's me As you can see that I define here three constructor inside the same class. Now I will use this constructor and also this one. Now let's me use all these constructors one by one. Person, person, person one using the default constructor. Okay. Person two using this constructor that required name and age. And person 3 I will use this constructor. This constructor requires only the name property, the name param, right? Now guys, you can see that I defined here three constructors and I created three objects of the same class using the three constructors. Now I will run the application again so that we can see all the three objects. Step 4, step 4, step 4, and step 4. Now if I quick catch over the person 1, you can see that its name and age property, name is null and age is 0. If I mouse over this constructor, you can see that the age property is 3 and 30, sorry, and name is null because we use this constructor and this constructor assign the values to the name and age. And if I mouse over this one, quick watch, and you can see that the age property is still 0, but the name property has value null because we pass the null as a parameter to this, the third constructor, and here it only initialize the name. So it was the basic about the constructor. You can use constructors like in this way in the C#. You can define multiple constructors either without parameter, with parameters, and with different parameters. Like here you can see I pass two parameters, I pass only one parameter. If I remove all these constructors, then there is no need to define a constructor like in this way, right? Thank you for the word. Okay. Now, if there is a scenario, if I think there is no need to define then constructor like in this way because the class is already a default constructor. If you want to call some things like inside the constructor, then you have to use your own constructor. Otherwise, there is no need. So you can remove this one, and you can see that the object is still created using the default constructor. No, it was a basic about the constructor initialization, how we can use the constructor, what are the different types of constructor. We'll meet you with a new topic in the next video. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you.